Poor bear making here a new video. I feel like I enjoy writing videos. It's just that this shit's shaking up, kind of annoying. But like the main thing, the main reason why I made a video right now is because like I feel like you gotta be in the right economy. You know what I'm saying? Either you're like getting ahead in life or you are not getting ahead in life. And you know, it all depends what kind of economy you're in. If you're in an economy where you consume until you can't fucking breathe anymore, and all you do is fucking eat food and fucking lay there and fucking half die, and you try to figure out what the hell's going on in your life, like, you know, it's never ever gonna come a time where your time has come. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes without saying that, you know, like, it's all a personal choice. It's kind of like a lot of people do not have delayed gratification, which simply means that they need everything right there at this moment, at this time. And it's pretty horrible when you think about it, because it's pretty much like, you know how like children, they don't know any better, so like all they want is everything right now. Like when you got a newborn, the newborn wants everything right now. And it's kind of, it's just wild because, like, you know, like, these are grown people, and you know, they can't get off the tit. They can't allow themselves to grow. They can't allow themselves to, you know, feel discomfort for the time being, knowing that it's for longevity. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that, like, I've learned as I got older. Because like when I was younger, I was just like you guys, I wanted instant gratification. I want everything right now, right here, right now. And you know, the older I got, the more I realized that, you know, like, when you build something and it does come to fruition, it's a beautiful thing. You know, it's beautiful because, you know, you think about all the sleepless nights, not sleeping in the car or whatever hardships you went through, whatever, you think about all them times. And you know, it's just beautiful because, you know, you're taking time to actually like dissect what the hell's going on. You're not like in a rush to figure out something that you realize that it takes time to figure out. Like a lot of times, I remember like people be like, oh, so what's the meaning of life? Like, bro, nobody can answer that for you besides yourself. And the fact that you realize more and more every single day, like, you are getting better, you are getting stronger, your mind is getting stronger, you are getting more aware of what's going on, the easier life will become for you. And you know, it goes without saying that, you know, when life becomes easy for you, then everything is kind of on like an autopilot kind of thing. Like, you know, like the money comes in, you know, to put the money, you put in these assets, and you leave it there. You know what I'm saying? You don't touch it, you leave it there. But it's all up to you, you know? Will you take time to allow delayed gratification to harbor its power into you, or will you only want instant gratification where like it's much less than what you think it is? You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I try to figure out, I'm like, how much can somebody consume? How much days a week can somebody like forsake themselves and then still believe that they'll get blessed? Like, think about that. Like, how many days a week can you overconsume and then like just allow yourself to become a nuisance, allow yourself to become non-lethal? Like, you know, it's wild. And the more and more you think about this, the easier it should be for you to figure out exactly what you want to get done with your life. You know, nobody can tell you what to do with your life besides yourself. No one can give you self-tasks besides yourself, and nobody can make anything you don't want to do besides yourself. So it goes without saying that if you don't rely on yourself, rely on somebody else, nothing will ever come of it, and it will just be detrimental. The faster you realize that, you know, my life is mine, it's in my hands, and I will push forward regardless of what's going on the outside, then you become better. Like for instance, like right now, if I had a car note that was $1,000, right? My insurance is $500, and then my rent is $2,000, right? But I'm living in a car. I'm living in a car. Beep bop beep bop beep bop bop. Living in a car. Why? Because like I feel as though people kind of fail to realize this, right? When all your money goes towards bills, right? And you can't afford to pay your bills, but you have no cash on the sideline because you have to pay all your bills. How the fuck does that make any sense? I'm trying to understand this, because it never made any sense to like really like pay everything off and then you have no money left for yourself. You have no money left to invest. And investments is what's going to take you out of whatever situation you are going through right now. I know some people feel as though like, you know, what's it called again? Pain is forever. You know, they'll never get out of it. But like, you have to see yourself out of whatever you're going through. There's nobody coming to save you. There's no rapture. There's no God going to come down touching your forehead and say, yo, you know what, my boy? Come up to heaven. That's not going to happen. So the easier it becomes for you is the easier it's kind of like letting go to progress. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could also have standards, yes, obviously, but you have to like truly understand like what you want out of life to project yourself in that form. And when I say that, I mean it in the way of, you know, investing. Because without investments, what do you guys believe will come of your life? Like, that's why I think it's so odd. It's kind of like, without you investing any kind of money, like, what do you believe your life will, like, do you just believe somehow like the money you saved up or the money that you are getting on a daily basis has value over yourself investing in whatever you believe is the best investment? Like, for instance, if you can swipe a card and get a card and get money back in crypto, wouldn't you do it? That's why the Coinbase card, because you could select you could select which asset you get 4% back or 0.5% as it is right now. You know, and it just gets wilder and wilder because like a lot of y'all really have debit cards to get money back to go take a trip. How the fuck does this make any sense, bro? If you can't afford a trip, then why the fuck are you gonna take a trip? Bro, I be telling you all the time, people are actually mentally ill. None of this shit makes any sense, right? They see what's going on, and they're like, you know what, right now, I gotta go on a trip. It's fucking wild. It truly is wild. And it just gets worse and worse because, like, if you know the economy's in the shitter right now, right? And you take a trip and you know your money loses value every single year, then you're in the shitter too, bro. You're in the shitter just chilling, pretend like it don't smell like shit, but it does. It gets crazy and unruly. And it's kind of like everybody enjoys crazy and unruly times because, I don't know, for some reason, they don't even thrive in it. They kind of just go ahead and consume like everybody else, and then they'd be like, yeah, you know, that was a great time. Like, I would never be the person to look back at pictures that I took of my golden years, and then currently, I'm just on some bullshit that doesn't make any sense. Like, think about this, right? You chose to consume to the extent that you have no money left. How the fuck, bro? I really be trying to understand this. Like, and it's not even like they're making you consume. You're doing this all for yourself. You're doing this going to get soda at the store. You're doing this buying this and buying that. You're doing this knowing you can't afford anything, but you're still buying it anyway. Like, it just becomes very, very unfortunate. You know, it's unfortunate that you're choosing this life, and it's unfortunate that you see what's going on and you still choose this life. And guys, we have to whip it into shape. Okay? What you water will grow, what you cast will last. Tokenized real estate, Bitcoin mining, flip a job with crypto, money, power, freedom, all available in the store. The faster you realize that this life you have, right? You gotta take it by the horns. It becomes easier. I love you guys.